Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How are you guys doing? Crazy Mercato rumors today. That's what we're here to be talking about. We're still looking for a bloody goalkeeper, first and second goalkeeper, still looking for a striker, still looking for a centre back, still don't know who our sixth midfielder is going to be. But we're in Japan. We are in Japan for our preseason tour. We're going to be playing Brozovic, Al Nassr. We're going to be playing Skriniar at PSG. And speaking of PSG, uh, the craziest Mercato rumor I've heard all summer has happened today. I don't even know where to begin. I've even got a guest. I've got a guest here. My spot is a annoying ass spot that just popped in the worst, just underneath my eyeball. Trying to punch it, but yeah, I've got a surprise guest here for this stream. So welcome to the guest, and shall we just shall we just get straight into it? The I can't even keep a straight face talking about it. Look, let me give a shout out to the people that are here: Skipper Kuyo, Kemi, Delunga, Huedi. Yeah, you know that those memes about I don't want people to know my next move. That's definitely Inter right now. Or the journalists with Inter right now. Hey Sean, hope you're doing well. Maxi, hope you are doing well. Huedi, of course, Mossab. King Darian, Saudis don't buy Mbappe, just buy Inter. Yeah, no, man, these guys. I don't want to get. I don't get it. Just buy Inter. It just makes your life so much easier. Never millions. Of course, now everything makes sense. We don't need a goalkeeper. Yes, everything makes sense, guys. Right? Why have we been penny pinching for 2 million on Zoma? They won 6 million and we're offering 4 million. Why did we renegotiate when we bought Bisek? Everything was agreed, 7 million in 2 installments, but we renegotiated to do 3 installments and then we paid like a little bit more. Why have we still not spent the Onana money? Why have we still not spent all of the money that we've made this summer? It all makes sense, guys. It all makes sense. The truth is out today. The truth has come forth. And the truth is that Inter want Kylian Mbappe. Oh my goodness. L'Equipe. I mean, I need to find out, first of all, who the hell. I need to find the name of the journalist to put his name to this. Because I know one of the journalists that works at L'Equipe. Actually, I need to message him. Timothy. I wonder if he still works there. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna message him. See what he's saying. Actually, let's give him a voice message. Yeah. Hey, bro. Hope you're doing well. Have you heard who started? Which one of your colleagues, or is it you, started the rumor uh, regarding Inter being interested in Mbappe? We need. Can you please provide some form of confirmation, or what was the name of the colleague that put this news out? Appreciate it, bro. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're. Yeah, if you're on holiday, don't worry. But if you're free, just let me know. Send me. I'm on a live stream right now, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this news. Thank you, bro. Merci. Right. So we've sent a message to my only contact that I really have in the world of journalism outside of Nima, a friend that works at L'Equipe. So let's see what he says. But okay, so according to L'Equipe, Barcelona, Inter, Chelsea, Man United, and Spurs all want Mbappe, but Real Madrid are the huge favorites. So, I mean, there's a few imposters within this tweet. Obviously, I mean, first of all, what the hell is Spurs? What the hell is Spurs doing in here? What are they doing in here? And then Barcelona. I mean, if there's a competition between being broke between us and Barcelona, it'll be a close fight. It'll be a very close fight because these guys literally struggle to register players. And the other teams, as much as you want to make fun of, where Chelsea, Man United finish, we know they probably, if they really wanted to, push for it, they could make something. They could cook up something. But I do not like. Of course, guys, I know it's literally impossible. We're just here to have a little bit of fun, to talk about it. Of course, it's. Oh wait, Timothy. Timothy's replied to me already. Let me see what he's saying.
Hey bro, hope you're well. I'm in holidays in Italy at the moment, but I didn't heard anything about that. But I will check on my social media, and then as soon as I got the name of the guy, I'm dropping you the name. So give me like 2 minutes, and you will have your answer.
Oh my god! So the guy said he's on holiday, but he's gonna find out for me who was the guy that published the L'Equipe story. So let's see. Maybe by the end of the stream, we get to the end, we get to the bottom of this Mbappe story, because I need the name. I need the name. I need the name of this guy who came up with this story. We need to hit him up to see how many screws are loose or what the hell is going on. But anyway, let me get back to your comments outside of this stuff. Autumn Santos, what's up, brother? Ready for this topic? What's up, Medic? Hope you're doing well. Free mind, big up, first time here. Good to see you. What's up, Star? Does the writer understand what FFP is? Whoa, do PSG know what FFP is, brother? Fat Gandalf, do PSG know? But yeah, the writer, of course, doesn't know. This must not know. Maybe that's one thing people were saying, that maybe they're talking about Inter Miami. You know, you remember a few years ago, Inter Miami, there was this legal battle. I don't know whatever happened to it, but there was, remember, Inter sued for copyright or trademark. They sued Inter Miami for the name. And I don't think anything came out of it. I think in the end, Inter Miami must have won, because I never heard anything of it. But now, since Messi's moved there, you saw the other day, like they've overtook Inter in terms of Instagram followers. I think there was like 9 million or 10 million or something, obviously because of Messi. But you can understand now people are gonna start slowly. I mean, especially on that side of the world, or Messi fanboys, they're gonna start associating Inter with Inter Miami first. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the Inter they're talking about here is Inter Miami, because they're also on a crazy spree at the moment, even though they've got some strict salary caps. I don't know how they would get by that. But yeah, absolutely crazy stuff. Oh, Timothy's gone back to me again already. This guy's on a holiday, but he's on it.
Hi again, bro. So I just checked the information, and honestly, it's there is no signature on that piece, which is
Wait, so he says there's no signature on the piece on L'Equipe. Okay, let's continue. Actually, I shouldn't continue. This is like voice notes. I can't be like airing his stuff out. I'll listen to it afterwards. But there you go. Already we've got like understanding that the guy who wrote that, there was no author to that article. So already we're starting to understand that was a complete BS, probably. What's up, Onze Milano Gaming? Emi Beard might just be smokescreen. Yeah, we'll talk about the Emi Martinez stuff. The payments for Mbappe will be over 3 centuries. Yeah, Beppe masterclass. You know how it is. Spread the payments. Loan with an option, without an option. Is the loan with an option, without an option? That could become an option, but might become an obligation. But in 2072, with interest payments via, Luxembourg, through Suning, via Steven Zhang, via Massimo Moratti. Yeah, he's cooking. He's cooking. Charon, what do you think of the Mercato? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Maxi, we'll talk about it. Let's just finish up. I wanted to cover the Mbappe. I wanted to get the funny stuff out of the way first. I think, yeah, if anything, Mbappe is closer to buying Inter than Inter buying Mbappe. I mean, if you guys read today, Mbappe actually had an offer, according to reports of him from Al. Wait, let's see. Mbappe, Saudi, if I type it in. Which club was it? Al Hilal. Al Hilal offered him 300 million to PSG and 700 million to Inter. million to him for just for 1 year, which means he would then go to Real Madrid next year for free. I mean, literally, it's 700 million. That this guy could become a billionaire in the space of a few, a year or two. So he literally, if he waits his time and bides his time and invests his money, he could literally get into the position of being able to buy Inter if he just waits around. The 1.2 billion asking price of Steven Zhang, he's almost there. He's almost there. Yeah, no, of course I know. It's just guys, you know what the game is. I don't usually do clickbaity stuff, but you guys like today was just too funny. Like I had to do it. Mbappe Agume swap deal. Of course, the star boy from Ligue 1 is the real star boy of Ligue 1 is Agume, not Mbappe. Yeah, Mbappe is coming to Internazionale. If you're signing Mbappe, I become an Inter fan. That's an RB promise. Okay. We were close to having a Juve fan. We almost had a Juve fan. What's up, Eduardo? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, guys, as Mattia always reminds me and reminds you guys, leave a thumbs up before we continue on with the video. I always thought my life was a tragedy, and it turns out it was a comedy. Exactly. I thought that would be Mbappe's when he signs for Inter. That would be his like welcome statement. Sharma inside sources. Nah. Wow, Hoodie does not respect me whatsoever. Lamar, us and Spurs in the race. Yeah, exactly. This is us reliving 2006. We tried to sign Messi, except it's Mbappe. I mean, if it was Moratti, you guys know. If it was Moratti, 100%, we would be in for this guy back in Moratti days. Whether we would go broke from it or not, well, we might go bankrupt. Or Daddy Moratti he would make it happen. That guy, or he at least would try to make it happen. He would try to make it happen. I mean, Joan Laporte, the Barcelona president, confirmed that back in the day, Inter did make an offer for Messi, and they rejected it. If you get to speak to the guy who published him, ask him what he is smoking. I want some of that. Yes, the 100%. He is smoking some hellish, the piffest of the piff out there available. Not that I smoke, but whatever he was smoking was some of the finest. California's, Colombia's finest. If he was snorting something, he was on something. Freddie says, I don't want to overreact, but I'm starting to get worried. Oh, yes. Don't worry. We'll cover that in a moment. Aisha, I'm finally watching your stream. Always misses you live and have to watch you on replay from Tunisia. Hey, I got another Tunisian. Basisa is another Tunisian here. And I don't know if he's here, but there's a couple of other Tunisians. So shouts out to Tunis gang. Inter requested information about Mbappe. The conversation was something like, hey, how is Mbappe? He's fine, thanks. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, absolutely ridiculous rumors. Inter on Facebook, 1 million, Miami 1.5, Inter on TikTok 11, Miami 1. Yeah. That was just, just Instagram. But at the same time, it shows the trajectory of Bruce Wayne. Yes, they're not there yet, but if Messi stays there for the whole year, you'll see them catching up to us real quick. It will happen. It's just the fact of the matter of when he's not even a superstar. He's literally a idol, like a god among men, and sometimes like Messi, Cristiano, they're in their own stratosphere when it comes to their fame. Most famous people on earth, probably. So they're going to bring those numbers, and of course, those numbers will disappear after they leave. But it depends what they do afterwards. MLS has decided to let Miami do whatever they want. Yeah, it seems like. I mean, they get Iniesta, Busquets, Alba. Surely that's like, how's that coming under the salary caps? If you want to speak to the guy to the published news, oh yes, already said that. Messi leaves Miami. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But let's see. Maybe after Messi leaves, they get another superstar afterwards. Maybe they get, who's a retiring superstar now? Maybe Neymar. In a couple of years, when Messi leaves, they get Neymar. Then they'll keep the hype going. What's up, Aris Bastoni? Hope you are doing well. Everyone thinking it's Kylian, but we're buying Ethan Mbappe. Yeah, exactly. The brother who plays for he plays for the academy, right? The PSG academy. Hello, Uncle Sharma. Hello, steamed hams from Sierra Leone. Hey, isn't that Calon? Mohammed Kalon's ends. Medish Kamara, good to see you. I would love to interview Mohammed Kalon. I would love to. Iconic guy. Just R9 jersey in Inter Museum's worth more than Beckham in Miami history. Hey, hey, 100%, 100%. Just need AC Miami. Yeah. Anyway, we covered off the banter news. Sorry if I clickbaited you, but it is what it is. The game is the game. That's what L'Equipe did to us today, earlier today. Well, yeah, apparently, according to Sky Sport, they accepted the bid, the 300 million bid. Let's see if Mbappe goes ahead. The boss of Mbappe spotted in Barcelona with model Zaid Carey. Leaves Madrid in Saudi. Okay, whatever that means. Yeah, let's see what happens with that. It's just crazy, crazy how much Saudis are pumping into football right now. But let's get into serious stuff because obviously the Mbappe stuff, absolutely fantasy. And here's here FC Inter News reports. It has been widely reported that he wants to leave. Where's the Inter part? One club for whom a signing of Mbappe would be likely is Inter. The Nerazzurri's financial situation is well known and would not make signing the 24-year-old easy, to put it very mildly. That has not stopped one or two rumors from emerging, particularly from French media, that are suggesting that Inter are among the teams looking at Mbappe. The idea is that they could try for a loan move of some kind. There you go. But I mean, last thing on the Mbappe stuff. How good would him and Lautaro would be, guys? Like, let's just go into fantasy world right now, imagining Lautaro, a front two of Lautaro and Kylian, or Thuram and Mbappe. That French connection. They did link up in the World Cup final. Thuram did assist Mbappe for one of the goals. Yeah, that would be how many. Okay, let me ask you. This is off a promise. Last question on the Mbappe thing. In this Inter team current state, as we are 3-5-2, everything in Zaghi as the coach, how many goals would Mbappe score all competitions for Inter? Let me see a few. Let me see a few answers in the chat. I want to see what people are saying. What's up, Andrea? I hope you're doing well. Where are you from in Italy, brother? Let us know. Because I think he could easily get like all comps guys. We are a chance creation machine as well. I mean, he's not the most clinical guy either, but we're a chance creation machine, and this guy is a chance creating machine as well. I think he could get to 50 goals all competitions. I think he could get 30 in Serie A, 10 in Champions League, Coppa Italia, and then get another 10 assists, like 40 plus 10 GA. I reckon that's easy. I reckon that's easy work for Kylian. And he could him and DiMarco could have those. They kind of got these similar celebration where he's DiMarco's got this and he's got that. I can see that link up happening. Or the Lautaro like this and him like this. Mbappe, here we go. There you go. You got the Simi, got the simple FIFA. Here we go. It's official now. 37 goal, very accurate from Medish. Get Mbappe as a goalie. Yeah, he could do a job probably. 60 Natisha. Jeez, I think Serie A, he's hard to get that many goals in Serie A. You see him in like Osimhen last season as the top goal scorer. What was it like 24, 23, 24? Like it's hard to break the 30 mark in Serie A. 23 in Serie A and 10 in Serie A, and we win the treble. Yeah, I mean, imagine like that's the difference in the in the Champions League final, where having a guy like Mbappe. Imagine last season. I'm from Appena Gentile. Wow, this guy literally lives near where the boys train. I mean, do you manage to go to the to the training center, Andrea, and actually have you ever met any of the players or took some pictures? I've never been. Actually, next time I go to Milan, I definitely want to make like a a morning trip to Piano Gentile just to see, just to see it, just to see maybe if I can catch some players coming in, get some pictures. I've never done it. I want to try next time. I just want to move on from Lukaku. I've said it. I've said about the Lukaku situation. He's like moving like an ex-girlfriend now, posting these passive-aggressive Instagram stories. We just need to open the windows, let some fresh air in now. But at the same time, when I hear a lot of the alternative options, I'm not even like too against the. I'm not even too against the Lukaku thing. Yeah, to me, as I said from the beginning, I'm very objective. Is the price to 40 million is just too much, and his salary. And I also said my conspiracy theory is that Inter might be cooking this whole thing to try and reduce the price from Chelsea further. But who knows? Who knows? Best player in the world. All we can do is dream. Of course. Andrea says Emiliano Martinez is overrated. I don't know who Safo knows it. We'll get into the Martinez stuff as well. What's up, Ian? Hope you're doing well. Onze says 35 Serie A, 7 Champions League, 1 in Coppa. Yeah, usually rested. Yeah, he probably gets rested in Coppa Italia. Yeah, that sounds about right. Correa plus 10 million. I mean, we would have to pay them to take Correa. 13 goals in Serie A for Mbappe, 45 in Championship League. I guess you mean Champions League. 45 to 30 in Serie A alone. Fair enough. Is it Romeo Balotelli or Mario Lukaku? What do you mean, bro? You should talk to your L'Equipe source. Tell him to tell Mbappe to sign gift Orban. I don't think the source is actually... Nadim, if that source actually had direct contact with Beppe, he would know that, Inter can't sign him. That source clearly... I mean, as Timothy said, whoever wrote that article at L'Equipe didn't even put their name. That's how embarrassed they were about the article, that they weren't even ready to put the name to it. But yeah, let's move on from the where the rumors, the Emiliano Martinez, we've been talking about it, or you guys have been talking about in the comment section. So I want to get to some of your comments now. We'll move on from the banter over the Mbappe stuff. And yeah, I think to do a comparison, bro, like we have to wait till the end of or at least towards the end of the Mercato, like just before we start the season, we can start to really nail down and compare us to the others. Like there's still a month left to Serie A starting, and our team, we still need like 4 or 5 players minimum. So it's really, really hard to judge the team right now. I mean, if you judge it right now, it's not good enough. But we know that this team, it won't be the team until then. Reminds me when they asked Conte about the Messi rumors. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, let's get to some of these. Let me scroll back up to see some of your comments about Emi Martinez, Emiliano Dibu Martinez. So the source is Gaston Edul, who, following him on Twitter since the World Cup, like he is a really, when it comes to Argentinian players specifically, which is he works for, I think, TYC Sports in Argentina. And I think they are, but they're the only source that's talking about this Emiliano Martinez bid today, 15 million euros. So yeah, he reported in a tweet that the Nerazzurri are making an effort to sign the 30-year-old to replace Onana. Blah blah blah. Of course, we know the summer thing is still ongoing. He claims the Nerazzurri have made an initial bid to Aston Villa, who are just down the road from me in Birmingham, just an hour away from me. I went to the stadium actually once. I went to watch Man City, Aston Villa. Not a great stadium, obviously better than the ones in Italy, a lot of them, but not one of the best around it here in England. But yeah, he reckons that we've offered 15 million euros, and obviously Villa have rejected that. According to him, Inter are not only in contact with Villa, they're also in talks with the entourage of Martinez. He explains that as of yet, Inter have not managed to secure an agreement with the World Cup winner. So there's no agreement with Martinez and no agreement with Aston Villa. However, Dougal expects that Nerazzurri are making a serious effort to sign the player. He states that Inter Milan have made an offer and they're ready to try and sign him. They've offered 15. They've been rejected. Now they're planning to make a higher offer. But for the time being, there's no agreement. And they've been in touch with his entourage. So, yeah. What do you guys make of this? I mean, the problem with Martinez, aside from the fact that they've already rejected 50 million, so it means that they will want, that's the problem. When you go to get players from these Premier League teams and starters from Premier League team, let's have a look. What are the wages like at the let's have a look at the wages at Aston Villa. Let's load up Capology and see if the internet will load. Anyway, let me get some of your comments whilst this bloody loads. Eduardo says Dibu is overrated. The only good thing is his way of getting into opponents that he's average. I agree in terms of, I think the World Cup the World Cup definitely elevated his status past what he is. He never really could break into the, oh my God, this just doesn't load. Okay, let's try this website then. This is probably not as accurate as Capology, but we'll just use this as a reference. Where is he? Emiliano Martinez. So according to this, he earns 5.2 million. Usually England report in gross salary, so let's just half that. The 2.5 million net. Okay, yeah, that's not too much. I think Onana was on 3 million net. So that's not particularly out of our reach. Let me see if I can load up Capology now. Oh yeah, there you go. So let's put it to net. And let's put it to euros so we can compare directly with Inter. Donde estás, Emilio? Oh, there he is. Oh, no, there you go. So that place was definitely inaccurate. So according to this, Martinez earns around 4 million net salary already. So already there, you're going to be struggling. You're going to be struggling to get, obviously you're going to have to offer him more than he earns at Aston Villa. So what are you going to offer him? 4.5, 5 million net for a goalkeeper? Nah. So now it's already looking like unlikely to me, this whole thing. And then Di Marzio on Twitter, Di Marzio said he kind of, and you know how it can be, or Sky Sport Italy, but usually Di Marzio is the one who's kind of the leading journalist for Sky Sport Italia. No offer for Emiliano Martinez. The priority remains Zoma, and Inter hope to close the deal and move in time to move the goalkeeper from Bayern's Japanese training camp to Inter's Japanese training camp. So we're saving flight money, the money for his flight. So, yeah, conflicting reports on the Martinez thing. But out of the names that I'm hearing, like Audero, even Zoma, it's not a bad name, Martinez. I do like him. He's got personality. He's commanding. He's pretty decent with his feet. Obviously, no one's as good as Onana, but he's pretty good with his feet. He's 30. He's not 34 like Zoma. So he's got a few more years under his belt. But as we said, salary is going to be too high, and Aston Villa probably going to want 20 million plus. So to me, it's just a no-go. And most of you guys don't seem to be particularly sold on Martinez anyway. So, yeah. No, Julian, I don't think, that's the thing. They're not going to spend that much on the goalkeeper. So they need to, with the Onana money, we need to get a striker and 2 goalkeepers. So they're not going to spend 20 million on the goalkeeper at all. They're going to try to max spend 15 million for both goalkeepers. um, or 20 million for both goalkeepers. No, they're not definitely going to spend 20 million on one, because then they need to have at least 30, 40 for the striker, as we've seen, and then they need to try and work something for the centre back position. So some Villa fans saying there's 15 million offered is respectful, and he's six. Yeah, I mean the price, the money in the Premier League is just skewed to hell. It's just skewed to hell. Everything is completely gone. The inflation there is just crazy. Better than Audero, Cranio, Meret, at least. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Better than those other names that we're linked with, but to me is unrealistic because of price plus salary. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think hopefully Shakhtar. We haven't heard about Trubin. Yeah, but even with growth decree, bro, it's like even if you give him growth decree, still for a goalkeeper, that's a massive salary. Because if you pay 20 plus 4 million net, 6, and then plus divide 20 by 4, that's still a 10 million annual cost just for the goalkeeper. Then it's not going to happen. It's, sometimes I come to these conclusions with you guys whilst I'm thinking out loud, because before coming live, I was thinking, oh, this sounds like a doable deal. And now we've pulled up his salary. We've pulled up the fee that they would potentially want. It's just not realistic. It's not realistic. Hey, Old Hard Oscillator, make sure you guys check out this guy's channel. He is unfortunately a Milanista. He was crying a few weeks ago about Tonali, Maldini. Now, Chukwueze, Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Treble. No, I don't know actually if he's saying that. he's one of the more pessimist. Actually, he's not pessimist. He's a pretty positive guy. But last few weeks he's pretty negative. But yeah, check him out. Cranio's gone to Sassuolo on loan, I believe. But I wouldn't have minded Cranio. Again, these are as backups. A lot of these guys. Yeah, like I've mentioned Dragovski as well. I've never liked Dragovski, but I'm just talking about the backups. He's gone down to Serie B with Spezia, probably available for really cheap. Last year, what Lazio did with the goalkeeper situation, they bought. Actually, yeah, there's a lot of parallels to what we're doing this season with Lazio had to do last year. So last year, Lazio, they lost what's his name? Oh, I'm blanking on his name. The Albanian goalkeeper that used to play for Lazio. Strakosha left, and then they had no other goalkeepers, so they bought the guy. Oh, for God's sake! I even put him in my worst transfers. Lazio goalkeepers, or the name Luis Maximiano. They bought him for 7-8 million, and he came in. He was supposed to be the starter, and they bought Ivan Provedel to be his backup for like 2 or 3 million. But then, by the end of the season, not even by the end of the season, match day one, Maximiano starts, gets sent off on his debut, and then Provedel, the guy that signed from Spezia to be his backup, he starts the next game, and then for the rest of the season, this guy is the starter. And I think I can't remember if I did vote him, but I think I voted him as my goalkeeper of the season for Serie A. So that's kind of the situation that we're in, where we need to find 2 good goalkeepers, Serie A, at least. They both need to be Serie A level goalkeepers. You can't have one scrub. Both of them need to be competing. That's why I like the idea of the Trubin, young, upcoming, that can, doesn't have to necessarily start straight away. Then you can have someone like Zoma to kind of chuck in straight away, and then slowly bed the younger goalkeeper in. And yeah, Najib, we've been talking about it on the channel. Like, it is starting to get worrying now. It is starting to get worrying. Even though there is a month left, but the fact that I want these players to come in and start gelling and start, being integrated into the team. That's my problem with the current Inter movements. Everything is moving too slow. Marotta, Auxilio, Zang. We need to start seeing some movement. Stop negotiating over 1 or 2 million. It looks embarrassing now for Zoma. Yes, 6 million for a 34-year-old is too much, but this is your doing. You decided to sell Onana, and you need to get the replacement in. Vicario would have been okay. Tottenham, yeah, that's the thing, because we couldn't. We had, according to all the reports, Di Marzio, Pedula said Vicario, Inter, the agreement was done even with Empoli, with Vicario. But the problem is, Inter had that was only going to happen if Inter sold Onana, and the Onana thing did drag on. It took like 3 weeks, the whole Onana thing from like United talking about putting an offer in, then actually putting an offer in. It took about 3 weeks, the whole Onana thing. And by the time, Tottenham came in, I think it was 17, 19 million. So even then, I think we had an agreement for a little bit cheaper than what Tottenham got in for. But yeah, then it would have been quite a big investment still for Inter. Um, but I would have been okay. I would have been okay with Vicario. Would have been okay with Vicario. Yeah, so at the moment our starting goalkeeper, by the looks of it, is Stankovic. But there's no way, in my opinion, he could definitely can't be like the number two. Is a funny position, in my opinion, the number two goalkeeper in football, because I actually think the number two actually needs to be even more ready than the number one, because the number two is the guy that has to be called in when it's out of the blue. It could be the number one goalkeeper gets injured or he gets a red card. He needs to come in, halfway through the game, 10 minutes into a game, or the main goalkeeper gets injured before like the Milan derby, and the second goalkeeper has to come in cold. Like, to me, the second goalkeeper. That's why if you look down the squads of most teams, the second goalkeeper a lot of the time is even older than the first goalkeeper, because there needs to be someone with a cold, experienced head that's able to deal with the pressure of coming in when they're needed. So I personally don't see Stankovic staying. I don't think that's going to be an Inzaghi. I don't think Inzaghi would want to keep a 20-year-old goalkeeper. I don't think he's ready as well. Like, I've seen clips of Stankovic when he was playing at Volendam. Like, he's amazing. He looks like he's got some good reflexes, but he needs to learn like how to parry to the away, some of his technique, his handling, like goalkeepers, unless you're a freak, unless you were like Donnarumma when he came into the Milan team at 16, 17 years of age, Buffon, these types of goalkeepers that break through early and are like freaks. Goalkeepers, I really rarely tend to trust goalkeepers up until mid-20s. So yeah, of course, we know Stankovic because of his name. It would be nice story, Interista, blah blah blah. But yeah, I think he needs to be sent out again on a loan. Hopefully, I mean, again, Volendam wouldn't be bad because they're still in the Eredivisie. But if they can find a better team to loan Stankovic out to, I would be in favor of that for sure. Hey Joseph, hope you are doing well. The worst thing is that everybody knew since the start of Mikado that Onana and Nanda were out, and we still. Yeah, that is the issue that I have, because this one. I mean, we might have not known about Onana going, but these guys knew for weeks now that they were having these conversations with Manchester United before we ever knew, and that's why I'm annoyed about the goalkeeper situation, because it should have been sorted out, at least one out of the two. Because Di Gennaro, I'm not even counting, because that could have. That Stankovic, Radu, those guys are still fine. It doesn't really matter. But the first and second goalkeeper, to me, it is a bit embarrassing that we're still doing these preseason tours now without one. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm not like going, oh my god, this management, get them all out. it's like, come on, it's time to like do something. But yeah, I have faith that like we'll see things starting to develop in the coming days for sure. Yeah, no, I know why they're penny pinching, James. We all know why they're penny pinching. When the situation that we're in, the liquidity situation that we're in, is really, really bad. They have their hands tied behind the back. You know, Marotta, Ozilio really don't have an easy job, which always surprises me that they renewed their contracts after they knew the situation at Inter. Um, it gives me confidence that they're still here, but it always surprises me that they're willing to work under these conditions where, you know, if you're a manager, you're a sporting director at Fiorentina, you have more, financial leeway than these guys have at Inter. Zoman's transfer reminds me of Perisic Shaqiri. Both transfers happen with German teams. It'll happen, but will drag on. Oh, bro, transfer deadline is way too long now because we need them way before that, bro. Transfer deadline is at the end of August, bro. We can't drag this on till then. Like if you can't secure Zoma before the end of this Japanese tour, then we need to move on. Next target, find someone else. Like surely there's other goalkeepers in the world, man. Oh man, don't remind me about Juan Pablo Carrizo. That guy was a disaster. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see Stankovic. Let him play in these. But that's my opinion, and I think it's my prediction as well. You can have a bet with me. He's definitely not going to be at Inter, in my opinion, in the coming weeks. And if he is, I think it's a complete waste for him. He needs to be playing regular football. And Radu was on his way out. He wasn't called up to his. He wasn't called up to the Japanese training camp. Him and Agume are the two players that weren't called up. So that gives you all the hints. Unfortunately, it looks like it won't be a permanent deal, though. Lots of work to do from here. You know my thoughts on this ownership. Yeah, of course, this all stems from the ownership, Ian. We know 100%. And yeah, oh my God, Toloi. The rumors, if you guys saw. I mean, I tweeted it. Sometimes I tweet things like in a little bit like joking or like, being an Inter triste, like they say, a sad Interista. But actually, like, this summer is like a lot of these things are actually turning out to be true because I was joking. Well, no, actually, I wasn't joking. That was kind of a half prediction that they're going to try to sign Toloi Palomino. So Pasquale Guaro, one of the Inter journalists, said that Inter the other day, July 21st, he said Inter already know who to buy as the right centre back. According to him, they will invest around 7 million. I can't say the name right now, but it's a name that is kind of like Damian, knows the Serie A, so it won't be Demiral and it's not Bonucci. So then underneath I commented with a gif about me giving fire to myself. They're going to buy Toloi or Palomino. Lo and behold, one day later, literally the day after, and it says Inter are looking at Toloi. Jesus Christ. They're so predictable this summer. They're so predictable. We should do an update on your spreadsheet. Oh yeah, I saw your message on the Discord yesterday, Eduardo. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll do that in the coming days. But I think it's kind of clear at the moment because we haven't really. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't have spent as much, so we need to actually update the outgoings. But yeah, I'll do that in the coming days. Thank you, Eduardo. Good shout. I wish we kept Handa at this point. Yeah, that's what I was saying to him. But I think the problem with Handanovic was probably he wanted to still, like, from what I was reading, that he still feels like, he wants to be a starter somewhere, or he's got a bit of an ego still, that he doesn't want to be just a second goalkeeper, which is fair play. These athletes there, you get to this stage by having a bit of an ego and self-confidence. But yeah, I definitely would have wanted to, if he can half his salary and really accept be the second goalkeeper, not what Inzaghi was doing last season, where he was rotating Onana, Handanovic a bit too much. I would have been happy to keep Handanovic. But yeah, at least they made a decision. I was happy that they at least cut the cord. Like, I'm happy when you cut the cord, at least it's clear. Like, the whole Lukaku thing. I'm just like, once you cut the cord, I'm happy. Like, just okay, time for fresh ideas now. Um, what's up, Shakir? He's being a little into triste. Yeah, but the thing, Shakir, is like we can like that's the thing. We could have kept the players, but the problem is we also had to, because of the way the summer worked out. Like there were so many players leaving, like because of contract situations and loans and etc. That Inter needed a rehaul, and for that rehaul to happen, we needed money, and someone had to be sacrificed for that. So it kind of, yeah, this could have been a summer where you could have just kept the same team because of the extra income meant that you didn't have to get extra income in from these sales. But the problem is that to get the new center back in, to get the new striker in, to get, let's avoid the goalkeeper. This is a goalkeeper. We created it ourselves now. But even without the goalkeeper situation, we needed to get players in to fill these holes. And I guess on the books as well, like the straight capital gain of Onana, because Onana was a free signing. His one is just like clean capital gain, from 0 to 55 million. That on the books is going to help give breathing space in terms of financial fair play. So they just couldn't resist that. But I agree with you. It's so frustrating, isn't it? It is frustrating. So Dimitris played in the stadium with Di Gennaro, played multiple times. Which one? Gubbio? Which one's that? You think we wait till next summer to get Trubin? That would be great. I mean, if we can't get him this summer, yeah, that would be great to get him for free next summer. But who are we getting now? I need my number 1 and number 2 right now as well. And that would be great to get Trubin in now, give him time to adapt, learn Italian, everything. So yeah, I mean, if we can do that, that would be amazing. If we can get him next season. Talking about ideas already. I'm not even giving them ideas, bro. These guys are just too predictable. They're just too predictable. What can I do? Eduardo is also starting to get worried. I know, guys. I know. Yeah, it is starting to get worrying. But as I said, there is a month left. I think it's because of comparison, because our Milanisti cousins are doing a lot of movement. We're starting to feel like we're not doing anything. But let's keep the patience. Let's keep the faith with this management. They always pull out deals out of their ass most of the time quite well. They do improvise quite well. So let's see. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried about you filling the gaps for the first match? No, for the first match, no, I'm not too worried. I'm just worried now in terms of that team being able to be ready for that first match by being integrated and gel. By then, shall I say, will I jinx it? I think by the Monza game, we will have 2 goalkeepers. We will have the centre back, and we will have 1 striker. So we'll have, okay. I'll say 4 players. We'll have 4 players in by the time we play Monza. So at least the goalkeeper, at least the defender, at least the striker. The one I think the one that we will have to wait until the end for, I think, is that 6th midfielder. I think it will be like, depending on if Sensi gets any offers or Fabian, or like, I think that one will be left in limbo until the end. And if Correa leaves or not, I think that 4th striker position will also be left in limbo. But I think they will sort out the 2 goalkeepers and the centre back situation and the main striker situation before the Monza game. Or is that just me hoping? Nah, I think they will. That's my prediction, that they will get that situation sorted, and then there will be a couple of situations left in limbo, as they always are. Because in Italy as well, the last week is where loads of stuff happens, because then teams need to like financially they're like, oh, we need to make it like 5 more million to like make ends meet. So you might find really good deals at the end. That's where the panic buying or the panic selling happens in Italy, especially with not just in Italy in general. The last week of the transfer market is always the busiest. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Pavard would be amazing. Pavard would be, again, is the ideal profile, but it's are they going to be able to spend that money on the centre back and the striker and the goalkeeper? Because again, Bayern Munich won 20 million plus from what I read. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. So glad. Oh yeah, hope Ian is doing well. Oak Tree countdown has started. I mean, that countdown has been going for since we had that loan, Ian. So that continues to be going to count down. So let's see if it happens. Mohammed Shakil, what's up, bro? Moshak. Inter have completely botched this window after making Champions League final. This is the best we can do. The club is heading downwards. Yeah, at the moment, I agree with you, Mohammed. But again, we can only judge by the end of the window what they've cooked up. But until now, I agree. Apart from the good moves with Thuram, Fratesi, etc., not particularly impressed until now. Are they not content? No, I think Darmian will be. I think Darmian will be the mainly a centre back this season. But come on, Joseph, it's like, it worked. But again, even Darmian has a contract expiring for next season, so you gotta start planning for the future as well for that role. But again, yeah, like I'm happy to continue with Darmian, but at the same time, Bisek can play there, but is he ready? But that's the thing. It could be, we're thinking that it has to be the Skriniar replacement, but let's say that Bisek turns out to be good because the other day he played at the right centre back position. So you could say that they have Darmian and Bisek as the right centre backs, and then the position that needs, maybe they go for a left centre back rather than a right centre back for the Bastoni backup. You never know. That could be also, but there was Umtiti was available on a free. I think that if they were going to do that, that was right there. You could have got Umtiti on a free from Barcelona. They released him, but he's gone to Lille, so that would have been right there. Free left-footed left centre back. Let's organize protest in front of Sharma's house. It's not my fault. I'm just Beppe. I'm just in Beppe's head. He's too easy to read. Tell him to stop being so predictable. After your highlight reel, we need Marotta Kushan for that DM spot. Nah, bro. I'm too stiff. If you saw the highlight reel, way too stiff. I'm too stiff. FFP football, yeah, man. FFP just I get the fact that they did try, like, it's a good thing that they're trying to make football sustainable in terms of they're forcing teams to not go so far out of their reach that they go bankrupt. How Parma, Lazio, a lot of these Italian teams used to do back in the day, because they just used to spend way over their means and go bankrupt. So it's good in that sense, but it's just like it was supposed to level the playing field, in theory, but it just hasn't done that. It just means that the rich teams can keep spending more and more, and teams from lower revenue leagues just keep getting punished. So, yeah, I agree, Mo. What's up? Oh, and we can also stop this now as well. Icardi to Galatasaray. I saw it was made. It's done. It's a done deal now. So Inter fans that want Icardi back can stop saying this. Finally, the guy has signed for Fenerbahce. Apparently, he's earning 10 million net a season, which would make him the highest paid in Serie A. Actually, if it's true, I'm not actually sure if that's true. That's what Calcio Finanza was saying today. But yeah, that's another one where we can, at least for this season, cut the cord. I don't want to hear about Icardi. Jesus. Yeah, we can finally move on. Oh yeah, so it was Gubbio. Gubbio's UFC is called the City of the Mad People. If you turn around a certain funds, you can get the mad license. Wow, interesting, Diego. Interesting. Never been down those ends. Uh, Pavard's faith is directly related to Walker's similar profiles. Yeah, but even then, like Bayern are not going to let him off for cheap. So I just don't see it happening. Just don't see it happening. But yeah, on the oh yeah, speaking of Icardi, actually, we're gonna get some money out of that, so we can actually increase our offer for Jan Sommer by 150,000 euros. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. So apparently, because of some solidarity payments for his development, Inter are going to get this 150k. So yeah, there's his 10 million move to PSG secured. Barca will get 125. So yeah, they can sign a new player. They can register a new player maybe now, Barcelona. So hold on to them. And we can up our offer for Jan Sommer by 150k. So yeah, Icardisti, sorry for you guys, but he's gone. Icardi screening. Oh God, have some shame, Mattia. Have some shame. A guy that literally refused to play for your club. Have some shame, brother. Have some shame. It doesn't get worse than what Icardi did. We might make fun of this Lukaku and Skriniar situation because they're very fresh, but it never gets. It will never get any lower than Icardi. He's the one who actually made up an injury. He's the one who actually refused to play. And Spalletti went on live TV to shame this rat in the front of the world. That's why I love Spalletti. People always ask me, like, why do you love Spalletti so much? Aside from his wacky character, I'm just like fascinated by him as a person. But what he did with Icardi, that's why I respect Spalletti so much. That guy said, a guy who refuses to put the shirt of Inter on does not deserve to play for Inter. He aired him out live on TV. So, yeah, Icardi. Hoyland, yeah, I mean that guy, I like him, but he's become like quickly the most overrated, overpriced player in Serie A at the moment. Like 60, 70 million, like for a guy who scored 9 goals, it's crazy. But the raw material is there, 100%. The raw material, the pace, the power. He's even got decent technical ability. But the money that they're talking about for this guy, crazy stuff. I mean, if they were talking about 30, 30 million, 35, I would be like, Inter, you should be looking at Hoyland for the striker position. But 50, 60, 70, I'm hearing, get out of here, man. Get right out of here. Yeah, I always respect the Spalletti in general. Actually, let's do, before we go today, speaking of the goalkeeper situation, our legend Walter Zenga, one of the guys that's been linked to us, Audero, because he was, I don't know if there was any crossover between Audero's time and Walter Zenga's time. How long has Audero been there? Let's have a quick look. Emil Audero has been at Sampdoria since 2019, or so 2018. When was Walter Zenga coach of Sampdoria? Inter's legendary goalkeeper, Spider-Man, they used to call him, Uomo. Oh no, he was only at Sampdoria in 2015 for a very short time. But anyway, Walter Zenga is saying that he likes Audero, Many of you have asked me which goalkeeper I would prefer to sign. He weighed that. He weighed in that of all the players who have been linked, I would say I prefer Audero for his professionalism as well as his technique and quality. Audero joined Sampdoria in 2018 on loan from Juve, then made it permanent. He's been capped by Italy every youth level up to 2021, but never for the senior team. I think he's got like Indonesian in his blood. I think he's like half Indonesian or something. But yeah, he's. I mean, I do respect when it comes to goalkeepers. I mean, I'll listen to Walter Zinga when it comes to goalkeepers, but I'm really not convinced by Audero. I mean, no, you don't trigger. You definitely trigger Mo. Mo is so easily triggered. I just like because I saw a few guys commenting, so I wanted to because it wasn't just you. There was a couple of other guys that commented, so I needed to. You know me. I'll just ignore you when you try to trigger me. But today, because of the Icardi news and a few people commenting, I thought I had to remind the peoples. But yeah, Mo gets complete. Mo, you cannot mention Icardi in front of Mo. He will go nuts. Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that guy I never heard about him before, but he looks good. I saw the few highlights of him at Chelsea. But again, if we signed him, Freddie, it was like again, it's like these are like those kind of names where you know is he ready? Like, let's see how many games he starts for Chelsea because they signed. Remember, they signed the Datro Fofana guy last year at Chelsea. Now he's going to loan somewhere. Like, is he going to be one of those guys that's like loan till eternity? Like nice little player, but are they ready for a big team? I don't know, but I do like what I saw of this Nicholas Jackson guy. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, man. Just because his name is similar to Haaland, this guy is getting like this. You know, he's Scandinavian. He's got the blonde hair. He's got that athleticism. I think he's become quickly very, very overpriced. No, Dero, please, no, not entirely convinced. His unlinked still needs work. Yeah, I mean, again, if it's a backup and it's really cheap, because Sampdoria got relegated, but no, he's their captain as well. He's the Sampdoria captain, as far as I remember. So I don't see them selling him off for cheap either. Nah, you're not triggering. You have to do much better to trigger me. I'd rather have Balotelli than Icardi or you guys. Mo hates Icardi and Zhang the most. Yeah, but Ian Kerr hates Zhang the most for sure. There's been a reliable source on the Mbappe deal. Okay. But yeah, that was it for me today, guys. 1 hour. Didn't really, it wasn't a very focused stream. We just kind of, just chatted about the banter Mbappe rumors and the goalkeeper situation and stuff. There's still the rumors going on about Scamacca, but this is from Sport Media Set, which is very, very not very high tier source for me. Talking about Inter preparing an offer worth 18 to 20 million euros for West Ham. I mean, they're not even going to listen to that. They signed the guy for 40 million last year. So you just know they're going to laugh you out of the room. You need to at least get to 25, 30 if they're going to at least consider it. But let's see. You guys know I made a live stream the other day talking about my striker options. So Scamacca is one of those guys I'm looking at. But you guys know I like Gift Orban. I like Balogun. I like Taremi. I like, I don't mind a lot of the names we link with it. Aside from Beto, a lot of the names we've been linked with, I'm fine with, but they just need to start to make some movements on these. But as I said, Morata to me is too expensive for what he is. So if you can get someone a bit younger like Balogun, that might be more expensive fee-wise, but salary-wise and future investment-wise, that's what I would like to see happening. Tottenham and Inter won Kylian Mbappe on loan. Oh, okay, so there is some more movement around this Mbappe stuff. But again, that guy probably earns the salary of like a quarter of our team. He probably earns. Actually, yeah. What does Mbappe earn? Anyway, he probably ends with like Lautaro combined with, Hakan combined with Barella and Bastoni. He probably ends like 4 players in one. Because isn't he like 40, 50 million net or something crazy like that? Crazy. So even on loan, it'd be absolutely mad. So again, even on loan, I just don't see it happening. But there you go. Like we end the stream on some more Mbappe news. So let's see. I wasn't clickbaiting after all. Then was I? I wasn't clickbaiting after all. Nah, no way. I would never risk it. Like Audero is barely good enough to be the first goalkeeper for Sampdoria. I would never risk Audero being the first goalkeeper for Inter. As a second, again, Dragovski, Cranio, like all of these decent Serie A goalkeepers, I'm fine with them being the number 2. But the number 1 has to be the number 1. Like, the number 1. The number 2, I'm okay with some of these other names. So let's see. Sean, we got them to Quadrado, get them to do the same for a good striker, bro. I'm trying, bro, but it doesn't work for the good names. Look, I've been pushing the Gift Orban train. I'm not hearing anything about the Gift Orban. It doesn't work the other way around, unfortunately. What's up, brothers? Thank you for joining me today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep an eye out for this Mercato. Yes, it is crazy. It is killing us. Yeah, I mean, that's how I started the stream, Shaki, didn't I? I started off with a joke. It's like, this is why we're being penny pinchers. This is why we're negotiating over 1 million over Zoma. This is why we're trying to spread the BSEC cost over 3 years rather than 2. Are we saving it for one player? So we're not going to get a goalkeeper. We're going to play Stankovic in goal. We're going to play Fontana Rosa as centre back. We're going to play Fabian and Sensi as centre mid. We're going to play Esposito and Salcedo up front. But we're going to get Kylian Mbappe. That's where the budget is going. But let's see. Scudetto favorite currently. I think again, Victor, we have to wait for the transfer market to kind of develop. At the moment, we haven't got a goalkeeper, so it can't be Inter. We can't be Scudetto favorites with freaking Stankovic and Di Gennaro in goal. So I guess Milan, Juve are still underrated, I think, because they're not in Europe. They're gonna have a free run at the Scudetto because they've just got 1 game a week. So for now, but it's very early. But just to answer your question, Milan or Juve. Thank you, Mattia. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one. Ciao ragazzi. Always, Forza Inter.